Welcome back to another round of Is This Rage Bait or Not? Today, our contestant comes from this Twitter thread, baby. Here we go. You like the soundtrack? I think I really like the soundtrack. I know we've been spamming, what's it called? Unwelcome School for a little bit too long. So I really like the whole, yeah, it's like a game show, Is this Rage Bait or Not? All right, lock in. Rock in. All right, we got to change the soundtrack now. We got to, no. It's a White Room time. Did you know that the White Room soundtrack is literally just like my tribute? Shout out to Enryu. Bro literally changed his entire fucking stream video title just for me, bro. Right over here. Shout out to Enryu. Let's talk about this. Yesterday, we made a tweet, right? We're talking about GOT games getting excessive hate from the schizos in the community. Now, I don't think it's Nicholas' fault. I think a lot of people are going to use, Nicholas Light or GOT games as their advantage and try to spew shit across each other and try to blame the content creators. But in this situation, I basically explain, right? That like delusional schizo haters are going to be there no matter what. They don't represent your fandom. They're losers. And to quit based on the whims of these people when you want to still make content for your audience, it's unproductive. Don't do it. And many people spamming the Moya emote. Of course they are, bro. Of course they are. And wait for it. Ah! Here we go. Do I have this looped? Do I have this loop? I do. First up, our contestant, leveling SO7. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And what am I talking about? The stereotype of solo leveling retards. Are solo leveling profile pictures that fucking stupid? Apparently, yes. Why is it that every time you have a profile picture of a fucking battle shonen series or some sort of like ore farming series, they're delusional? But before we start calling insults, let's think about this, right? Let's look at this and actually think about what's going on. Ah, I was just waiting for you. You know what? I was waiting for you too. I'm humbled and I'm honored that I live rent-free in your head so much that you watch all my videos and you're waiting for me to tweet. I was waiting for your retardation too. It's time for a video. Just watch your video and everything that you spoke on that is actual garbage takes. What video could that be? It's this video right here. Let me explain to you. At least this guy actually watched the video, man. He's gonna bring us some actual talking points. I believe it has to do with this one. That's right. The 21-minute video where I go into, an analysis of the state of affairs happening on Twitter regarding One Frame Man. I think a lot of people here genuinely understood my positions, and that's why so many people here are agreeing with me. Is it an echo chamber? To a degree on YouTube? Yes, because obviously YouTube is going to push your content towards the audience that thinks likes you. But I think that to call my entire video actual garbage takes, everything, huh? So like all the 5,000 people that watch, 320 likes, they're retarded. They're all garbage. Let's hear your genius points. Number one, rating. Oh, number one. Okay, let's talk about this. Episode 6 isn't anything 6 or 5. Yeah, it's high rating 1 or 2. Is deserved rating not 5 or even 4. Because in the end of the day, even 4, 5 are also above something. This guy just understood that number 4 and 5 are higher integers than number 1 and 2. This is the height of his argument. I call the episode garbage and say it's a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. And I say that anything basically a 5 or below is like a 0 to me. I think it's trash. And I'll go over the actual logic of this rating system that I have. A lot of people are confused about. But like your argument is when I said in the video that this episode was fucking dog shit, in that it's basically a 5 or a 6 out of 10, and that anything below a 5 is basically a 0 out of 10. You're upset at that. You're upset that I didn't call it a 1 or a 2. You're upset that I said it's basically anything below a 5 is trash and it's a waste of time, unproductive to fucking compare. Holy shit. Now you can see a little bit into like the retardation here. So let me actually explain to you how this happens. Good God. Yeah, we were watching One Punch Man Season 1 and Pre-Prisoner was about to fucking use Angel Rush against Deep Seeking. That's where the context of this is from. But no, straight up, let's lock in. Let's think about why my rating system is the way it is. So here's the thing. A lot of people are confused, right? You have a rating system. Come on, let's make it here. Rating, right? Rating system of 1 to 10, right? I use a rating system of, I guess not 1 to 10, but like 0 to 10, right? Whatever, but it doesn't really matter. It's 1 to 10, right? And basically, I use this instead of 1 to 5, right? Because I think that in a spectrum, right, of like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that right here, right? I think that at a certain point, right here is the cutoff for when I think it's just garbage. So anytime that it's basically a 5 or below that, I think it's fucking garbage. And the reason that I say stuff like that, I think I also kind of mentioned it in a comment here, right? I think I responded here and I said, where is this shit? Jesus Christ. Nah, this is the analogy of the Blu-ray DVD shit. Did he delete the comment? There was a comment that I replied to explaining that, like, in what world is a 5 out of 10 average? People seem to think that 5 out of 10 is an average score. That's fucking ridiculous to me. Because if you look at One Punch Man Season 3 rating scores, right? Like, what's happening right now? Current IMDb scores. Like, if you hold IMDb as, like, a credible source, I think that you basically saying 5 is average means that 5 is, like, really, like these are good episodes. Are you fucking serious right now? I think 5 is a garbage score. I think that if you hit 5, it's beyond fucking bad. Like, it's trash just now. And to say that, like, you can differentiate a 2 out of 3, a 2 out of 10 and a 3 out of 10, that's fucking ridiculous. I can tell you the difference between a 7 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10. But to suggest that, like, you are now looking at this steaming piece of shit and you can actually somehow quantify measurably that, like, there is a difference between these scores, and even if you could, what are you doing? You're comparing trash. You're sifting through the dumpster fire, trying to nitpick. No, they're all just fucking trash. I think that it is such a waste of time, unproductive, that if it hits 5 or below, it's basically a 0 out of 10 for me. So if we go with that logic, then people ask, why not use 1 to 5? Basically, people are upset that I don't use the numbers here, and that if you're going to be just using only the numbers between 5 to 10, you might as well do 1 to 5. Let me explain it to you. Because at the end of the day, I understand where you're coming from. And here's the reason. The rating score of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the end of the day is the same thing as 1 to 10. Because at the end of the day, a 5 out of 5 is fucking 10, 100%, right? Fractions, percentages. This is how numbers work. Just because there's less numbers doesn't mean it's somehow different from this. However, the thing is, when I give you a rating, right? Let's say I'm trying to give a score of, like, I don't know, 7.5, right? Sometimes I think there's like a good anime that's like a 7.5 out of 10, right? I think that's a pretty solid number. I think a 7.5 out of 10 is a solid anime. Not great, but pretty good. If I were to use this rating score and try to give you that 7 out of 10.5, how would that work? What the fuck is 0.75 times 5? Like 2.5, like what is this shit? My mental math ain't working right now. Hold up. I think it's like 2.75, right? Hold up. 1 second. Just gonna do some 3.75. My bad, I'm retarded. So 0.75 times 5 is 3.75. So now we have to use 3.75 to say that this is a 7.5 out of 10. What a fucking ugly number. You're going into extra fucking decimal place trying to nitpick. So I think that to the common person, to show a 3.75 is ridiculous. They're gonna listen to that and be like, what the fuck is that? That's why I go with a scale of 1 to 10 where we can be more precise and have a number that actually makes sense rather than go into extra decimal places because I'm not using this. No, it's fucking retarded. It's just fucking math. My logic is 5 out of 10 below. That's it. And for me as a content creator to relay my thoughts, it's just easier, way simplified to convey these notions through that way. So again, you're fucking upset that I'm calling it garbage, but you're like, no, you're not using the right number. Beyond stupid. You're part of the haters he's talking about. Keep proving him right. True. And you know what? Let's keep going off of this straight, right? Let's keep going off of this. What else did he say? I will listen to every single part. Number 1. Where's number 2? He didn't even fucking reply to, holy shit, he's replying to every separate fucking tweet. 90% of reaction channels have dropped it and people with actual fucking brain can't enjoy it. That's just a lie. One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 6 reaction. 90%. Where are you coming up with these fucking numbers? I'm pretty sure everyone's still fucking how many fucking 30 plus reactors, mega reaction matters? So just because the couple reaction channels you're watching has dropped it, your delusion does not mean it's other people's reality. So you're just making shit up. They're just saying just for the sake of saying stuff. What does that even mean? They can't enjoy it. They just saying just for the sake of saying stuff. I feel like you are just saying shit for the sake of saying stuff. You YouTuber reactors say shit and think some big points and superior. When have I ever claimed that I am more important than you? Nah, you are wrong here. Get a reality check. You're telling me to get a reality check when you are just lying, making shit up. This is crazy. Like, listen. The difference between me and you is that I'll actually give a fuck and listen to what people are saying before I give my judgment. You just straight up get clickbaited, read headlines, make up your own biases. Then you go off to this retardation rant about how you're just lying. Plenty of people are still reacting to it. And like, when have I ever claimed superiority? I think I'm smarter than you, for sure, based on the words that you're saying right now. I didn't even know who the fuck you were. But now you're telling me, yeah, I think I am better than you. Holy fuck, what a retard. Now, other stuff too. let's see some of the other points too. One Punch Man isn't even that popular IP. Blu-ray sales, okay. I would be literally okay with the mid animation that many of the non-popular IPs get, but it's not even mid. It's garbage and trash animation with minimum movement. Who the fuck is arguing with you about this? If you actually watch my video, you'd understand. I say One Punch Man Season 3 is fucking dog shit. And this, Blu-ray sales. This is a fact. I bring up Season 1 Blu-ray DVD metrics up compared to other really popular ones and explain to you that I think that the West, the international audience, has a very stretched and delusional understanding of how popular One Punch Man actually is domestically. And in terms of actual bottom line DVD, Blu-ray merch sales, which is necessary to give these production committees the green light to say, let's make more of it, let's invest more of it, it makes sense why there's a mismatch in expectations here. These are just fucking numbers, just facts. I don't care about how you feel. It's not my fault that my words of truth is hurting you. You're just a delusional retard. What else is there? This one. Here's another point too. And actually, literally, real people. And actually, literally, real people. Holy shit, English is not his real main language. Real people in real life are dropping the show. People don't complain about it because they don't care about One Punch Man. Every single I have seen IRL who doesn't hate One Punch Man Season 3 doesn't even care about its existence. Wait till you realize that again, your narrow perspective and your group of 3 friends is not the reality for everyone else. There are so many people who are not deep into the trenches farming one frame man like you that are perfectly watching it and saying, this is kind of bad, but I still want to watch it for the story. Again, these delusional retards will project their delusions, their narrow perspective as a reality for everyone else and make an embarrassment of themselves. See, at least I go in and actually listen. And you know what? And then I think to myself, what kind of person are you? You created this burner account last month just to farm one frame man. Do you understand how much of a loser you are? All you do is retweet and spam people hating on One Punch Man because it's garbage and they're negative engagement farming. I get it. But like, the difference though is that you can't even get any fucking traction. This is so fucking sad. You have no engagement. You talk as if you're you speak the truth. Like, this is actually fucking crazy. You look at this shit, you are so fucking delusional. He ain't right, little bro. Just because he spoke about it on YouTube with a small amount of fans agreeing with him doesn't mean shit. But here's the thing. Here's the beautiful part. The beautiful part about this is that there is no judge. There is no arbitrator, right? When we give our opinions online, this is not math of 1 + 1 = 2. So at the end of the day, it's all about, do reasonable, rational people who listen to these words agree or not? What I see is that no one gives a fuck about you. You want to say small amount of fans? I always bring up the receipts. You want to talk shit? Get your fucking numbers correct. I have a channel with 53K subs, and I'm averaging right now 1.7 mil views for the last 30 days. Combine that shit with the second channel too. That's fucking 2 mil. That's 2 mil fucking a month. To say like, and it's so cringe when you don't even have a channel. You're not even a content creator, and you're trying to do a who on me. And goddamn, at the very least, if you're gonna be farming one frame, man, get some fucking engagement. This is so sad. 2 fucking likes, 159 impressions. Holy fucking shit. And do you know why these people exist? I give you the same take every time, right? I give you the same take every time. This is the pinnacle, the personification of the basement dwelling loser that has nothing going on in their lives, right? Well, let's bring up this guy. One Punch Man. NPC. Let me bring you this. Where is that guy? So many people don't even realize they're this guy. How many times have we brought this guy up? So here's the thing. There are losers that exist that have nothing going on for them. They have no meaningful relationships. They have no purpose in life. Do you think that a happy and fulfilled person would make a burner account, try to farm negative engagement to fucking One Punch Man, and arguing with retards in the fucking YouTube comment sections? I don't think so. I think that a happy, fulfilled person are too busy doing something they enjoy and making meaningful experiences in their life before they die. There are losers though that have nothing. They're empty, they're hollow. They have nothing to the point that they need to feel something, and they realize that if they engage in negative interactions, and even though it's just people arguing in the Twitter comment section, YouTube comment section, at least it gives them a dopamine rush. And it's really sad if you think about it, because they're victims. They're losers and they're victims. They feel a rush, and at the very least, this makes them feel something that's not this bitter emptiness in their hearts. And they continue to do it. It's so sad if you think about it. And that's why I don't take these retards seriously. I make fun of them. I deconstruct everything down to the fucking bare bones and present to you. This is why you're a fucking loser. You're wasting your time blaming everyone else for your own fucking mistakes in life. And you have the gall to come out here and try to act like you're somebody when you can't even actually farm engagement. It'd be so fucking easy to farm negative hate, but you can't even do that on this fucking burner account. That is so fucking sad. And at the end of the day, they're gonna keep existing. And we're gonna keep farming, because at the end of the day, this is just entertainment. Cry about it, whine about it, make another alt account, and complain about it. I'll make another fucking video, and I'll see you then.